Without the fans, golf wouldn't be the same as it is. Some of the most memorable golf moments of all time were due to the fans acting totally crazy. Our list includes heartbreaking moments full of joy, as well as some of the biggest scandals in the history of golf. Let's get right into it. The beer bombardment. This one occurred only a short time ago, which was held in February. Throughout the third round, there had been a number of close calls. However, it was the American who provided the pivotal moment, whipping his wedge shot into a frenzy, then sealed the victory. Fans had been queuing since 2:30 a.m. to get their seats in the Coliseum at TPC Scottsdale, and let's just say they weren't disappointed, as Ryder's ace was the first in more than 7 years at the tournament. A Waste Management Phoenix Open distributor predicted that the event would serve approximately 750,000 servings of beer prior to the start of the competition. When the hole-in-one was made, it's likely that 10,000 gallons of water were sprayed all over the 16th green in celebration. A mist of Coors Light appeared as beer was hurled from every direction possible as the ace rolled into the cup with barely any momentum. The ace understandably sent 20,000 fans surrounding the green into a frenzy. It goes without saying that you should give credit to the cleaning crew on the 16th for clearing the green and surrounding areas in record time, despite the fact that you were expecting the beer cans to be thrown. What if Brooksy? The rivalry between Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka reached its zenith this year, as we witnessed. When Bryson appeared on the golf course, fans began yelling Brooksy at him, prompting him to respond. When Bryson DeChambeau and Patrick Cantlay finished Sunday's first round tied at the top of the leaderboard in January 2021, they were forced to play a thrilling 6-hole playoff to decide the winner. Cantlay secured a victory against DeChambeau, missed a birdie putt that would have extended the playoff, but both golfers received a standing ovation from the large crowd in attendance at the event. Those incredible performances, however, were overshadowed by a traumatic incident that occurred as DeChambeau was leaving the Caves Valley course, which was captured on video. A strange occurrence occurred about halfway up the hill, giving us the impression that we had arrived at a desolate point in the never-ending circus that is DeChambeau. A patron waited until DeChambeau had passed by, but was still within hearing distance, before sneering up behind the rope line, "Great job, Brooksy." DeChambeau turned around in a range and briefly began walking in his direction, says the author. "You know what? Get the fuck out," DeChambeau screamed. He was enraged, and it showed in his eyes. It had the potential to turn ugly very quickly. Maybe Malice at the Palace wasn't that bad, but at that point, nothing would have surprised the diehard fans. When it comes to security at the golf tournament, a rope line is a little more than a polite suggestion. It's not required. It had been a week that DeChambeau had been subjected to this type of taunt, which he had ignored, but everyone has a breaking point at which they can no longer continue. By the way, did you know about that incident? Let us know in the comment section down below. The DeChambeau vs. Koepka rivalry dates back to January of this year, and while it started out as a friendly rivalry, it has since grown more intense, resulting in more and more Brooksy comments being made during DeChambeau's rounds. However, while Monahan acknowledged that he had spoken with both golfers about their situation, he also stated that there has been a general concern around code of conduct at our tournaments. This was an amount of debate. Fans clapped for DeChambeau for the first time at the Ryder Cup, and he didn't let them down by delivering a stellar performance. Stick around at the end of the video to find out what other crazy moments happened in the past. The return of all fans. Who knew we'd been missing the mashed potato guy as a group until now? Is it possible that a stray cry of "You the man, Phil" can stir the soul? The biggest revelation of this PGA Championship, however, is how much fun it is to have fans back in the arena. Even more so that Mickelson's spectacular play are the challenges of the Ocean Course. This event, which will take place in May 2021, will be the first Grand Slam event of a COVID era to actually feel like a major event, thanks to the throngs of people who swarmed the fairways and lined the greens and tees at the Ocean Course. Under clear skies, there has been a palpable electricity in the air, with players and fans reveling in the communal experience of big-time golf played in front of throngs. Something we used to take for granted, but which we now have a greater appreciation for as a result of recent tragedies in the world. According to Stuart Sink, it feels like golf used to feel, and it's really great. One thing I've noticed as the years have gone is fans have gotten more vocal instead of just cheering, says Sync48. A significant portion of that has not been positive. You know, they yell things just to get a rise out of their friends. But this week I feel like a lot of vocal fans have been nothing but positive. It feels like people are excited to be at sporting events in person, around other people, and just having fun. Perhaps a little too much enjoyment. Late in the day, the atmosphere around the ocean course had become a little raucous as sun-baked and overserved spectators let their tongues hang out a little too much. Before we jump into the craziest moment, be sure to subscribe for more golf content. Let's get into the best of all moments. The legendary 1937 moment. Shaking hands after a round of golf and dressing in formal attire are two of the standard traditions that we all have grown accustomed to. However, footage from the 1937 PGA Championship revealed a bizarre tradition that took place during the tournament. It was still a match play championship at the time, and American Dennis Shute defeated Jug McSpadden in the final on the 37th hole of the final round of play. Immediately after Shute rolled in the winning putt, a section of the audience dashed onto the green and dove into the hole in an attempt to pick out the PGA champion's ball. It is essential, in essence, a race to see who can be the first to claim the winner's ball. Unfortunately, it's not known when or where this tradition began, but it is incredible to think that this used to happen at tour events before the internet. The following is how golf fans reacted to the footage. "Didn't know this was a thing," one fan exclaimed. In the other words of one admirer, "I can hear the guy screaming mashed potatoes. So the other guy that hasn't finished his putt in the first video just get a gimme?" a viewer inquired after watching the video. "Definitely need to bring this back, lol," another fan expressed his or her opinion. "Kevin does that himself," one of the fans explained. One can only imagine what it would be like if this tradition continued to be followed on the PGA Tour today. It's not clear when fans stopped doing this, but it is reasonable to assume that it resulted in serious security and player safety concerns for the team. Recent history has witnessed numerous instances where golf fans were compelled to sprint onto the green and seize the winning ball, such as Tiger Woods' victory at the Masters in 2019, which marked his 15th major championship. Be sure to check out your favorite golf video here. See you there.